Hey everybody, Ruse HD here again with another commentary for you. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the quick bombing run against an opponent in a 2v2. Now I already did this tutorial in the last video I had for the quick bombing run, but the only thing is it was sort of not that great. I didn't really like the outcome just because of the fact that I was rushed a bit. And it didn't really show the way you can actually really do this bombing run effectively. So I'm going to show you how to do this on the border. It's a 2v2 map. I'm going to have these two as easy so they don't influence the game really at all. This guy might make an airfield, which might cause my German player to make an airfield, or an AA base, which will sort of overthrow things. And my computer opponent likes to cheat a bit, so it might throw an artillery base, anti-air base up and start pumping out a ton of AA for no apparent reason. Then it just feels like pissing me off. So it looks like it's going to start off with the barracks and an armor base. This is what you want to see at the beginning of the game. This is what you would expect from a German player. And I'm going to pump this armor base out, so you're going to want to make a couple of recon, or not a couple of recon, sorry, make a couple of stewards. So maybe make a steward and make a Lee. Just say, let's pump out some tanks here. Let's make it look like early game that I'm going to be going with a tank heavy army, something ground heavy, to influence the opponent that you think you're going to be going a ground heavy build. And this will influence the opponent to think you're only going ground, to think you're going to be going no air. Air will not be in their mind at this point. Only a really really crazy player might just like, oh, he's trying to like backdoor bomb me or something. Maybe if you're playing me and you see me in game, you might think I'm going to try to do this to you. So I'm actually revealing possibly a bad thing for me later in the game in 2v2s. But anyway, let's keep this going. So you're going to build some armor up here. Just make it look like you're going to be going armor heavy. Just force that player to do something. Just you're going to hopefully see an AT base. I don't know if the computer will make an AT base, but unfortunately that might not happen for me. So if they do make anti-air, at least I know they're just still cheating. They don't know what's going on. They cannot see my bombers right now. They do not have any inclination that I'm making air. You have a choice here. So you can make 4 bombers in a recon plane, or you can go with 6 bombers and 2 recon planes. The 6 bombers is a bit riskier because it takes a bit longer to get that kind of force up and running. So you can you have to take liberties with like what's going to happen here. You gotta, or not take liberties. You have to sort of like understand what's about to happen during the game. You have to be very focused. Usually the base will be covered up. So if this base is covered up and you're playing a good player who actually uses camouflage nets, then I would suggest for you to go 4 bombers and 1 recon plane. And by your 3rd ruse, you'll be up and ready to go. You want to show your hand only when it's completely necessary. So I'm going to actually be forced to make another Lee here, unfortunately. So I'm going to actually be down a bomber early game, unless I actually snipe these. If I do snipe these one at a time, then it's too late now. I can't do it. But regardless, it's okay. I'm just going to snipe these 2. I could have actually taken this on and not had to worry about using that money, but unfortunately I had to. So my opponent's going to get another base. So right now I'm in a good spot. They only think I'm making ground. I'm pumping in enough ground units to make them think I'm only going ground. Hopefully my opponent or my teammate doesn't go air anytime soon, and I can influence this. So right after this bomber's made, you're gonna want to drop a radio silence. You're gonna want to drop another radio silence. You're gonna want to drop a 3rd radio silence. Now you have only 47 seconds to do this, so you really got to be quick on the ball here. And you're gonna want to micro your planes along this little path. You want to have them as close to this path as possible. So you got to zoom out, unfortunately, but you really need to make sure they don't go too far. Here comes the anti-air base. Since the opponent's going to be cheating a bit, you need to micro these planes slowly but surely. Now you're going to want to go for, probably want to go for the anti-air base right off the bat, and you're going to want to go for, see, this is what I'm seeing, I was talking about. This stuff can really piss you off if you don't micro your planes well enough. It can be a real pain in the ass. So you're going to go for the closest depot. I didn't want that to attack, so it did something I didn't want it to do. So now I'm forced to go for the basic depot. Stuff like that is really annoying because I should have actually killed I should have actually killed the depot and the base, but I didn't do it because the fact that my planes microed themselves when I didn't want them to do that action. So I'm really left in a bad spot here. The fact that the attack didn't work because of an error in the game, the way the game's built. And I'm not really, well, it's hard to not blame you, Jen, but they need to fix this before release, because the fact that I just had a chance to take down 2 buildings and all of this, but for some reason my plane ignored my entire order. My plane just ignored my order that I gave it pre-destination, and it went and it did its own thing when I told it not to. I told it not to attack that. I said attack the base and get rid of it, and it chose to do something else. And that can really be a pain in the ass early game if you need to get these micro down proper and do this damage. So I'm gonna micro this plane away. I don't think I did it in time. It's gonna be too late. It's okay though. I dropped that plane. It's not the biggest deal in the world, as long as I'm killing these planes. As long as I'm killing these units and whatnot. I'll bomb this one here. I might get lucky and blow it up before it drops. I got it. That looked like it was probably an airbase. It looks like I'm getting attacked here by a Panzer IV, but it's okay. I have 2 leagues and a regular, 2 leagues and a steward or whatever. So I should be okay still. I'm gonna actually start building some more planes. I need to build another airfield, so I'm a bit behind with my micro, but it's only because the fact that I'm trying to commentate what's going on and trying to explain how I'm doing this as I'm playing. So I'm going to keep bombing this non-stop. I can actually go for this installation. It's a good idea. Take these 2 down. I'm going to actually go for this truck though. So so when you do this, you want to micro the plane away. You're going to want to micro the plane away. You want to get this plane out of here without any damage done to it as soon as you possibly can. So you're going to press E. E is to stop the unit from, pretty much. E will pretty much make the unit go back to base, and it will stop anything. So you want to micro it. As soon as it's out of danger, press E and get it back to base as soon as possible. It's very imperative. As you can see, I'm taking complete control of this map so far. I have complete control. The enemy is not even close to doing any damage to me at all. I'm going to be taking out their depot again. I may lose this recon, but I have another one coming. I expect this to happen once I sell the airfield. I'm actually going to need to make a Warhawk or 2 and start pumping this out. I will probably get this air strike off before... no, I won't get it off, but it's okay. I'm going to go for this instead. Actually, I did get lucky and I blew it up, so thankfully for me, I blew that up. So I'm going to go for this. Will I get it? Will it work? Oh, didn't look like it worked. It's okay. Oh no, it's going to actually go for the second run because of my good micromanagement, and it brought this other other recon up here and got this off. So now I'm going to put pressure on these AA. I'm going to start attacking over here. I'm going to start pushing with this unit composition I have. So I have a couple tanks. So I'm pushing in. These tanks haven't been destroyed yet. And I'm going to start pushing. I'm going to make more bombers. I'm going to push with more bombers. I'm just going to get them to come towards the base so far. Yes, I could actually micro them and tell them, hey, come over here or do this. But I'm just going to focus so far right now on what's going on. I'm going to attack this base. Slowly, I'm gonna pick this one. I gotta make sure every base I'm doing is gonna be micro properly, because I don't want, again, see, the plane just chose its own path and went on it. I couldn't really do anything about it. I was sort of stuck, but it's okay. I'm doing big damage, so it's not a huge detriment to my overall success. So I'm going to fly this plane over here. I don't know where my recon plane is. That's a Warhawk. My recon plane's over here. I got to get this plane away. No, don't attack it. Don't attack. Oh my god. As you can see, this gets a little bit frustrating. I guess it's not a huge deal because the fact that I'm just stomping the computer right now, and the computer has nothing to really stop me with. But at the same time, you gotta sort of watch your base. Well, I can't really get backdoored anywhere. I'd have to take my opponent would have to pretty much come around the back here with this guy and come around the back and take me down. So as you can see, I'm gonna bomb this